Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast with Phil Graham. We help you master Facebook ads and give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Are you ready? Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast, episode 476. It's June 23rd. I'm Phil Graham. Today, I've got a really important episode for you guys. I'm going to be talking about the hidden cost of chasing cheap leads with Facebook and Instagram ads. So many advertisers are focused on lowering their cost per lead that they forget to ask the most important question. Are these the right leads? Are these ads converting? One of the most dangerous things that I see in Facebook ads is a lead cost that looks really low and looks amazing, but sometimes it's actually way more expensive than you even imagine. You could have a campaign or an ad that generates tons of cheap leads, but it could cost you a fortune. And it happens all the time. So today we're going to be talking about that hidden cost of chasing cheap leads. I hope you guys are doing really well. I cannot believe that we're already over 3 weeks into June. I hope you're having a great summer so far. And if you want to get in touch, if you want some help with your ads, either one-on-one coaching and consulting or done for you, feel free to go to my website, philgrahamdigital.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at philgrahamdigital, and let's connect. So let's talk about the hidden cost of chasing cheap leads, especially if they're not the right leads. So cheap leads can create false confidence. Yes, it feels great when you look in your ads manager and you've got a really low cost per lead number that you're seeing. It looks awesome. However, if they're leads that just ghost you and they don't respond, some of these leads are complete junk. They even, if you get a hold of them, they're like, who are you? I didn't do this. They forget they opted in 5 minutes ago. They're not qualified. They're not ready. They're not ever going to buy. They literally cost you money in dealing with them. They're not cheap leads. They're leads that cost you money. And just seeing the number and just focusing only on the lead cost gives you false confidence. And that false confidence can have you spend money that actually is costing you way more money. So cheap leads can actually make Ads Manager look good and make the data look good, even though the business is experiencing the opposite of that. So the second point I want to really focus on is Meta will typically optimize for the action that you ask it to optimize for. So if you're optimizing for leads, they're going to try and find people that are more likely to become leads. I mean, that's normal. That's typically a good thing. However, that doesn't always mean that they're optimizing for quality leads. So if you've got a lead form and you're getting a lot of junk leads, there's a good chance you're going to get a lot more of them. And a lot of people make that mistake. Oh, we're getting lots of leads at a great price. Let's keep optimizing for them. Hopefully, eventually these will get better. When a lot of times they get even worse. So Meta is a powerful system, but they need the right signal. It's not just about the leads themselves. It's about the quality of leads. You don't want to keep optimizing for junk, costly, expensive leads that look good because they have a low cost per lead, when in reality, they're costing you money. My next point is this: more friction in your lead flow is not always a bad thing. In fact, sometimes it's a great thing. A lot of advertisers don't want any friction. You got a short form, no questions, maybe just a spot for an email. And you can lower your lead cost potentially because of that. And sometimes it's totally fine. If you're getting high quality leads with that, you should keep doing it. However, a lot of times what happens is you get low quality leads that are a total waste of time and money. So what I recommend is this: optimize for higher quality leads. Ask some qualifying questions on your lead form so that they cannot even become a lead unless they're qualified. It doesn't guarantee you a high quality lead, but it gives you a better chance of getting a high quality lead versus a junk lead that might just look good on paper. I was working with a dentist and they were getting a lot of crappy leads. And what we had to do was we needed to ask some questions on that lead form to make sure people were not just price shopping, looking for a $20 coupon for a dental visit, because those types of people were just completely wasting this client's time and costing them money. We added questions there. We also changed our wording a little bit to kind of try and attract people that might have money and hopefully repel others that didn't. And so that's another great way to kind of deal with that. So I would recommend adding some friction to your ad forms if you're getting cheap, crappy leads, because filtering can be a really good thing. And really what you want to always remember, lead cost means nothing. It literally means nothing. It's all about the quality of the lead and what happens after the lead. Do they buy or not? Because I would take a $20 lead that buys every day over a 10-cent lead that is complete waste of time and money that never, ever buys ever. So when you're looking at your metrics, and we typically build a dashboard that has some of this in it, it's not just cost per lead. We actually will score leads and we'll have cost per qualified lead. That's really what matters. If it's a qualified lead, that's the important number. Cost per lead is whatever. Cost per qualified lead, that's what we really want to track. And that's the important number, along with other things, the show up rate, if it's for a call, the response rate, conversion rate, all those types of things. So make sure and take all that into account. Don't just focus on lead cost. Focus on qualified lead cost and some of these other things I've been talking about, because cheap leads typically don't move a business forward. If anything, they move it backwards and cost you time and money, which is not what you want. So do not chase cheap leads blindly. Ask yourself, are these leads qualified? Are they responsive? Are they the right kind of people that are aligned with our offer? Can they afford to buy? Are they buying? Are we attracting the right kind of people? Are we giving Meta the right signals? The smart move is not just cheap leads. It's to get the leads that are aligned with the next step and that are more likely to take an action that you want them to take. And as always, just a reminder, it's always important to point out that every business is unique. Results can vary. There's no guaranteed outcomes. So always keep that in mind. So my friends, make sure you guys put this stuff into action. Episode 476 is in the books. I hope you guys have an amazing week. If you want to get in touch, philgrahamdigital.com is the website. I will talk to you on next week's episode. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Next Level Facebook Ads Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and share this with all your friends. For show notes, more tips, and to learn more about Phil, please visit philgrahamdigital.com/podcast.